quick summary of this nervous system. So as I said previously, nervous system has been divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. So let's see central nervous system. So central nervous system, which contain brain and spinal cord. Brain again divided into cerebrum, cerebellum, diencephalon, midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. Let's see cerebrum. Cerebrum has two hemispheres, which is right and left hemispheres. It has four lobes: frontal, parietal, temporal and occipital lobes. This portion is frontal, this one is a parietal, this one is a temporal and the posterior part occipital. So these are the four lobes. Frontal lobe, which is responsible for the reasoning and thought. Parietal lobe, which is responsible for integration of sensory information. Temporal lobe, which is responsible for processing auditory information from the ears. And final one is occipital lobe, which is for processing visual information from the eyes. So these are the four lobes: frontal, parietal, temporal and occipital. Let's see cerebellum, the part below the cerebrum. So it is responsible for the muscle coordination, balance and maintaining posture and muscle tone. The next is the diencephalon, which contains thalamus and hypothalamus. So thalamus, which directs the sensory impulses to the cerebrum. Hypothalamus, which controls and regulates the temperature, appetite, water balance, sleep and blood vessel constrictions and dilation. Apart from this hypothalamus also involved in emotions like anger, fear, pleasure, pain and affection. Next we will see midbrain. Cerebrum we have seen, cerebellum, diencephalon. Next is the midbrain. So midbrain, which is located below the cerebrum and responsible for eye and auditory reflexes. Next, below that there is a pons. It will be located below the, just below the midbrain in the brainstem. So this is brainstem, this is midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata, you can see. So this is responsible for certain reflex actions. Next, medulla oblongata, the lower part which is connected at the bottom of brainstem and connect to the spinal cord. Medulla oblongata, which is responsible and regulate heart and blood vessel function, digestion, respiration, swallowing and coughing, sneezing and to maintain blood pressure. And also it is medulla oblongata, also known as center for respiration. So we have seen midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. Next we will see spinal cord. So under brain we have discussed cerebrum, cerebellum, diencephalon and midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. Next we will see spinal cord. So, as we discussed, spinal cord is the link between the brain and the nerves in the rest of the body. So, it has 4 regions: cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and it has spinal nerves. So, these spinal nerves are afferent and efferent nerves. Afferent nerves which carries the information from the body to the brain, and efferent carries information from the brain to the body. So, these are the afferent and efferent nerves. Next we will see peripheral nervous system. We have seen brain and spinal cord in the central nervous system. Next, peripheral nervous system. It is been divided into somatic and autonomic nervous system. So, somatic nervous system is responsible for carrying motor and sensory information. It is made up of nerves that connect to skin, sensory organs and skeletal muscles. This somatic system is responsible for nearly all voluntary muscle movements, processes sensory information from external stimuli like hearing, touch and sight. So, same like afferent nerves in the spinal cord, the afferent neurons which takes the information from the nerves to the central nervous system, and the efferent neurons take the information from the central nervous system to the muscle fibers throughout the body. Next is the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system has been divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system. So, you might heard about fight and flight response. So, the body to either it will defend or yourself or escape from the situation or escape from the threat. So, that comes under sympathetic nervous system. If any situation which comes, they will fight, otherwise they will escape. In the parasympathetic nervous system brings all the system of the body back to the normal. After this response, bring all the body to the back to the normal. So, this is about the summary of nervous system. Thank you. If you have any counts of doubt, you can message.